And what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, sports journalist, here with the voice of college football. Also, check me out at Ballard Sports Media on YouTube. Would love and appreciate you guys for that. Episode 19 of Mississippi State Live is here. This will probably be a quick one. Just going to kind of run through and give my overall thoughts on the season so far as we've hit the first bye week. We have two, if I'm not mistaken. Um, is it 2? I think it is because, how the calendar falls and everything, but, we'll have the other one the week of November 22nd. Obviously, we're coming off a tough loss for Mississippi State. 31-9 is the final there. Back-to-back losses as they get into SEC play. Blake Shapen did not have his best of games. They couldn't run the ball well as Fluff Bothwell was the lead rusher with only 60 yards on the ground. Brennan Thompson was the lead receiver. He had 54 yards, just not any offense going for Mississippi State. So, with that being said, you get a week to rest up, relax, get prepared because you got to go to the Florida Gators at 4:15 Eastern Time on October 18th. So there's that. We'll pull up the schedule. I'll kind of basically tonight. I'm not ready to talk about. Um, I'm not ready to talk up Florida. We'll wait till next week, hopefully with Andrew. We'll do that. But at the same time, like it's I don't know how else to really put it, other than I just think that, you know, it's better than what Mississippi State could have wanted so far this year. Now, it is getting tough as you get into conference play. It's just gonna get harder and harder. You have teams like Georgia down the road. You close with Ole Miss like you do in the Egg Bowl. Can you pull off some upsets here or there? Crazy things have happened before. You have you have Florida coming up on the road. You have your next home game October 25th, which is against Texas, um, who is a great program today, but they're kind of on a down year. They're coming off a loss to Florida this weekend, 29-21. They have Red River this week, then they have Kentucky, then they have us. So, uh, I mean, is it one of those things where we need to reevaluate our predictions? I think I had them going 5-7, 6-6. Actually, I was pretty low on their win total and everything coming into the season. I said the goal should be to hit anything close to a bowl game, 4-8, 5-7. I pegged them at most 5-7. The way State is playing right now is incredible. The way they're playing is off the charts. It really is. We'll pull up the schedule. We'll look at it. Um, but I think they're in a good position here going into the rest of this season. I really do. We'll full screen and we'll take a look at it. I need to zoom in just a bit. So they won 4 straight games. Then they got into conference play. They lost to Tennessee and A&M. Not bad teams. They're not bad teams to lose to. You know, these are probably the best you can lose to on this type of schedule. We knew it was going to be tough. Texas unranked right now. Georgia is ranked at 10 currently. Arkansas is currently unranked. Florida is unranked. They actually it's kinda weird because going into the season, we looked at the schedule and said it was brutal. And I think it still is because I think that well, not this year, not this time around, not at this moment. Do I think Florida's better? I think going into the season, Florida, Texas, Georgia, we'll skip Arkansas. We could have said these teams were just gonna be better than Mississippi State. I mean, is that a fair assessment, personally? Because I think it is. You're coming off a 2-10 record. You've doubled your win total from last year, or doubled your wins, I should say. I mean, you're 2 wins up, and you only got 2 losses so far. They could well, not easily, but let's say if they won out, would they be 10-2? Do they make the SEC title? Probably not, but if they beat Georgia, if they beat Ole Miss, if they beat Missouri, if they beat Texas, I mean, you're looking at possibly a playoff berth. Not gonna happen, but they need 2 wins, Mississippi State does, to become bowl eligible. They beat Florida this next week, not this week, but the week after on the 18th. They have a chance. If they beat Texas, you're good. You could lose out, doesn't matter. You're making a bowl game. Now, you don't want that for Mississippi State, but it is something that that you have optimism about, really, for Mississippi State. The next game on your schedule, too, being Florida. 4:15 already announced as a kickoff time. Eastern, gonna be played in the swamp. Um, so I look at this as, we'll look at this game more next week when it comes time for game week. My early thoughts are this. I do not how do I want to put this? I don't think Florida's a good team. I don't think Billy Napier is a good coach. Jeff Lebby is miles ahead. And look what he walked into. What Billy Napier walked into after Dan Mullen got let go. I mean, he kind of ran it down a little bit, but then Billy Napier took what could have been a 7 or 8 win Florida team and turned it into a dumpster fire. Just completely honest here. So you look at that next game with Florida, which we'll preview next week. We'll preview it next week. We'll talk about it. We'll look at it. Um, it should theoretically be a cakewalk, but you are going on the road to the swamp. So I don't know. Texas at home, Arkansas on the road. That should be, I guess, easy. I don't know how Arkansas is doing. 2-3, and they lost to Memphis, Notre Dame, and Ole Miss. Not bad teams. Well, Notre Dame's bad. They have Tennessee this week on the road. Then they have A&M, and then coming up they have Auburn and then Mississippi State. So But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick live here. You guys can probably tell I am tired. Um, we'll hopefully be back next week with Andrew, and we'll kind of come up with some stuff together to collaborate on. Um, overall, man, I think Mississippi State's in a good position. I think they're off to a hot start. You get the bye week, first 6 games, you've only lost 1 or 2. It's better than we could have thought. Better than we could have thought, for sure. So, and you're coming off that 31-9 go Bucks loss to the Aggies. Um, and they played really good defense in that game. Jeff Levy said that was exactly what we had it in mind. He said those were the expectations, the way we played the first 3 quarters. Um, the frustration was that, and I quote this from Jeff Levy, talking about the Texas A&M game. He said the frustration was that offensively we were so bad on normal downs with all the negative plays. We had no chance to sustain. None whatsoever. We're in 3rd and long the entire day. The negative plays today are what kept the game from having a chance to go the other way. Basically, I'll say this. I feel like going back and watching this game against Texas A&M, even though A&M's a great team, um, that looked like the Mississippi State of last year that went 2-10. It just looked so bad. No defense, probably better defense than offense, and just didn't really go anywhere, you know? Didn't have much answers. So, yeah, I don't know. I think they gotta bounce back big. They get the bye week this week. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. I mean, you got Texas coming to you later in the year. Like, there's a big advantage for Mississippi State down the stretch. There really is. You talk about being 4-2 going into the bye week. I don't think there's a chance they win out and go 10-2. It'd be awesome, but I doubt it. You got to play Ole Miss at home. Basically, the tougher games outside of Florida. Well, let me say this. Florida, not that good. That's your next game. It's on the road. Should be able to just go in there and win, we think. Um, but like having Georgia and Ole Miss at home, even having Texas, even though they aren't living up to expectations, they're unranked now. It's still going to be a challenge. Texas isn't a bad team. Now, they're worse than we thought they would be, but you get them at home. Okay, cool. Arkansas on the road. You notice their schedule. Don't play any ranked opponents currently until Georgia November 8th. And they're going to play back to back to back with a bye week before rivalry weekend. So we'll see what they're made of. I just wanted to come on here, do a quick show. Obviously, you guys can tell I'm tired. So we'll get out of here. But assessment on the first 6 games, I think it's been great. We're here at the bye week, much needed bye week. I'll keep in touch with Andrew about doing a call in show later this week on Thursday. Not a guarantee, but also something that we love to do. So we'll see. Hail State, and we'll see you next time here at the Voice of College Football.